Exceptionally strong winds and extremely dry fall combined to create that Marshall Fire. 9 News meteorologist Chris Bianchi explains how last year's unusual weather fueled that fire.
Well, you might remember that the conditions leading up to the Marshall Fire were exceptionally dry and exceptionally warm. So I'm going to kind of explain that in a bit more detail. So in 2021, in Denver, the final 6 months of the calendar year were the warmest by far on record. By the way, that was the same throughout much of the Front Range. And the final 6 months of 2021, we only had 1.2 inches worth of total precipitation in Denver. Let's put that into context. That was actually drier than Death Valley, California over the final 6 months of the calendar year. And that, of course, contributing to what we saw back on December the 30th of 2021. We also had our first snow-less fall on record in Denver and throughout most of the Front Range. So throughout the months of September, October, and November, zero measurable snowfall in Denver and along the Front Range, which is basically unheard of in this part of the country. And then we had an average statewide temperature of 53.4 degrees, our warmest final 6 months of the year on record statewide for Colorado. And of course, these conditions contributing to what we saw last year.